I'm Kiki, and welcome to day 16 of Linktober. The main calendar's prompt today is redesign Zelda's outfit. I decided to redesign her goddess dress from Breath of the Wild. I've never been a huge fan of it. It just always felt very clunky to me. And I don't know if it's just the animation style or what, but I've wanted to redo it since I saw it. So I redid it. I'm not totally, absolutely, completely satisfied with the final result, but I'm much happier with it than the actual game version. So, there's that.
So, with this, I just realized I say "so" every time I start a voiceover. I have to figure out how not to do that. Anyway, I wanted to keep the basic idea of the dress she wears, like with the little side things and how the top of it is and kind of where it cuts off on her, shin leg wise. I didn't feel like adding her into the picture, so I just sort of have like this ghosty form of shoulders there. Just because. So it's just kind of a floating dress. But I wanted to give it a more elegant, sort of flowy feel, so instead of having these big chunky bits of cloth wrapped around her hips, making her look, like she's, 3 times the size her hips are compared to the rest of her. Which, with where they sit, isn't even actually her hips. If it was actually on her hips properly, I don't think it would be so bad. So I just kind of made it look like that's sort of let down to just hang around and be like this flowy little extra skirt thing with the little cloth bit that hangs down in front. I'm sure it has an actual name, and I'm too lazy to look it up, if we're being honest. And then I also, instead of having like the bracelets, like I guess the bracelets could still kind of be there, just didn't draw them, I added on like these sleeve things, just to sort of give that little extra bit of flair for when she moves her arms, I guess. I don't know. I made it a little more Renaissance-y, I guess. And I am really happy with the final result. I'm not happy with how I did the necklace. I kind of messed it up when I inked it, but also just how I had sketched it in there wasn't all that great either. I changed the straight cut for the bottom. I made it sort of... There's... not asymmetrical, that's not what I want. It's like high cut and low cut, front and back. And I like how that turned out. I did have a little trouble getting when I was trying to sketch the pleating in to make it look like it was all going into each other, but yeah, generally I am pretty happy with how it came out. I used this really light yellow marker because I kind of wanted to give it this golden glow. It worked, but it didn't work as well as I'd hoped because the white pencil that you see me using here didn't quite lay down as heavy as I was hoping it would, even with pushing pretty hard. And I don't know if I just hit a bad spot in the pencil, because when I used it on the next picture I used, it covered really well. So who knows, honestly. But, yes. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. If I were to do it again, I would still make a few other little changes while trying to hold true to that original image. I really didn't like where those bits of excess cloth around her sides sat. It felt awkward. Like I said, if they were actually on her hips, it would be better. But the fact that it comes off like her ribs, it just makes her body shape look like a bean. That's not even quite, because like you see her in like her blue outfit and her blue dress, and then you see her in that, and you're just like, where did you go? So I don't know. I'm not explaining it well, but I am happy with the end result.
The shadow prompt for today is Morpheel? The giant water worm leech thing with the tentacle eye sockets? Whatever you want to call those. I just drew the mouth.
So yeah, I said so again at the beginning. I didn't feel like drawing the giant leech thing. Or its eye socket tentacle thingies, so I just drew its mouth filling up the entire page and didn't think about it until I was coloring it in what this could potentially kind of look like with how I put it there. But let's not think about that. I spent more time on this than I planned to, by a lot. I had only meant to spend maybe half an hour or 45 minutes on this, and I think I spent an hour and a half, if not a little bit more. I don't know why. I just kind of got absorbed in layering the reds and trying to get that shiny wet look. It just happened. But I mean, overall, I guess it doesn't look too bad. It's just, there's an awkwardness to the placement and the colors and such that we're not going to talk about, and we're going to move on. It's not terrible. It's definitely not a favorite, but I don't necessarily hate it either. There's actually a good few this year that I'm like really lukewarm about. Like they're just sort of hover in the middle. I don't like them, but I don't hate them. I don't think there's actually too many so far that I really just dislike even. So I guess that's pretty good. At least I can't think of any off the top of my head that I said specifically that I just dislike. I don't know. And that is the end of day 16. I hope you liked them. I like the dress. I'm about the giant maw. And I hope you'll check out the previous Linktobers and stick around for the next few. Till tomorrow. Bye.